Welcome to the Noka News Network. I'm Ricky French here with Dan Colley. Dan, what's up?
Oh, man. Oh, it's Saturday night.
Yeah.
And my shoes are on right. And I don't have any more rhymes after that. I'm sorry.
Well, what's coming up in the first segment?
Well, we're gonna be doing the metal news like we usually do. We're gonna be talking about the wrong beer. I didn't know it was possible. And the Maniac meat attack. Yeah, I said it.
Noka News Network, the news no one cares about. All right. I don't know if you know this, Dan, but it's a very special day today.
Ooh, is it Rue McClanahan's birthday?
I could only wish.
Okay, well, if I'm wrong, go ahead and tell me what it is then.
Well, today just so happens to be National Slider Day.
I was close.
I don't really know that you were, but
I'll explain it to you when we get off the air.
okay.
It has something to do with poorly steamed onion-smelling meats. And
I thought you were going to say it has something to do with T-Rex's song "The Slider."
They made more songs than the Gong song?
And Your Fantasy with Rue McClanahan.
I know that Gong song, but I don't know anything else T-Rex
It's
ever
called
did.
Bang a Gong is the name of the song.
So there was a gong in place. I was right there.
I suppose. Fans of the restaurant chain White Castle
Are demented.
perhaps. Earlier today, they were able to get their hands on free sliders in appreciation and celebration of National Slider Day.
I have never in my life seen a restaurant that people hate but celebrate so much. Like, if anyone you ask go, hey, you like White Castle? Oh, God, no, that place is gross. But, like, they're not shutting down restaurants.
Well, no, it's always kind of that thing. Like, nobody admits to eating at White Castle. It's
I like White Castles.
I mean, I like them too, but it's just sort of, there's always
Stigma?
a piece of shame that comes along with with eating it.
Well, at this point in my life, I don't have much more self-respect, so White Castle doesn't bother me. I wish there was one close between here and on the way home. I would destroy every time I got home. It'd be bad stuff.
That's true. Well, Dan, yeah, I can sort of see that. Speaking of personal shame,
Yes?
there's another thing to celebrate, and that is the fact that May is National Masturbation Month. Which this was news to me today. I didn't know that before right now, but
No, that's why I was celebrating earlier.
you had a big celebration.
Yeah, I had it circled on my calendar.
I guess you can call it that if you want.
Yeah.
May?
We all celebrate in our own ways, Ricky.
Yes, okay. May is National Masturbation Month.
Can you imagine the piñatas?
Unfortunately, National Masturbation Day was on May 7th, so we missed that one, but, you can just go the whole month, apparently, so it doesn't...
Yeah, well, I mean, it's one of those things that you can celebrate in your own way the whole year long, really.
I think you sort of have to celebrate in your own way. That's sort of part of the whole thing.
Well, I guess you could have a circle of friends. Okay, so you have to do it yourself, but can you do it in the presence of others? Does that still count?
I don't know. Why don't you ask Louis C.K.?
Sorry, Louis. I was a fan of yours. But, all right, so it's National Masturbation Month. Any other news on that?
No. I'm just going to leave everybody to take care of that in whatever way they see fit.
All right. Well, speaking about beating meat, the up in Euclid, Ohio, South Euclid, Ohio, as a matter of fact, which is, if I'm not mistaken with my geography, just east of Cleveland.
Right.
One woman was arrested after a fight at a Walmart Tuesday afternoon. Officers were called to the potato chip aisle.
Yeah, we're going to need you to respond over to the potato chip aisle at Walmart.
We have a suspect somewhere in the snack chips department. I believe she's between tortilla and pretzels.
Last known location near the chili cheese Fritos.
Watch out for the Pringles. Those are deadly weapons.
So
That was one of the dumber things we've done.
yeah, today. So evidently they were called to the potato chip aisle for a disturbance between. I'm never going to get tired of saying that. I thought girth was the highlight, but no. There was a disturbance between two women. South Euclid police said one woman threatened the other and her 7-year-old daughter.
Well, that's not very nice.
No, first she pulled down her mask and tried to spit on the victim, but missed.
Well, that was fortunate because that's pretty gross.
Yep. But according to the police, that's when she hit her in the face with a 10-pound log of pre-packaged meat. The 25-year-old suspect was arrested and charged with assault and violating a temporary protection order because evidently the lady that was the meat-wielding samurai lives in the same duplex area with the victim in the University Heights area. And they already had some scuffles, some kerfuffles.
So this whole situation did not start in the potato chip aisle.
No, I'm assuming it started somewhere in produce, worked its way past the confectionaries, over past the baking goods, ended up in the snack chip aisle. Yes.
Gotcha. What went down in soft drinks? Did you get any word of that? Or?
I believe there was some panhandling. Maybe some 3-card Monty occurred somewhere in the soft drink aisle.
All right, well.
If you're going to beat the shit out of somebody at a supermarket, I don't think the snack chip aisle is where I would go.
Well, luckily that 10-pound log of meat was in there, so you know.
Yeah.
Not luckily for the lady who got hit with it, I guess, but as a weapon choice, I suppose that's pretty good.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously she would have had to went down through the meat aisle first, and then I wonder if she was stalking her through the grocery store,
like a lioness and a gazelle.
I was going to say like a meth head T-Rex, but yeah, or a raptor.
You're probably more accurate, honestly.
Not on many things, no. Ricky, what do you got for me?
All right. Well, this comes out. We're staying in Ohio here. We're starting like a real newscast. Starting local.
No, we're not. This is nothing like a real newscast.
This is out of Delhi, Ohio.
That's near Cincinnati.
Yeah, Cincinnati area, Hamilton County.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure.
East side.
A man is accused of stealing 14 cases of beer in Delhi Township on Wednesday. So this was the day after that whole meat attack happened. According to the Delhi Township Police Department, a man loaded up his cart with 14 cases of beer at a Kroger on Delhi Pike.
Okay.
Police said he then attempted to return it, stating his wife bought the wrong beer.
To the same store?
Yes.
What an idiot.
Well, so they stole the beer, tried to return it, and it's really no wonder that he tried to return it because it just so happened to be 14 cases of Bud Light.
Ugh.
So he was just in it for the money, apparently, because he, of course, was not going to drink 14 cases of Bud Light.
No, Delhi Township, that's probably more of a Miller High Life neighborhood, if I remember correctly. I haven't lived in the 513 area code in quite a while, but when I did, Delhi was known for a flower store and idiots drinking shitty beer, I guess. I don't know, man. Who in the hell would... My question is, why are you dumb enough to get 14 cases of beer and go back to the place you stole them from and go, yeah, I brought these from home. These are mine.
Well, I guess my guess is just that, is that he got the beer home and then realized, wait a minute, I'm not going to drink this. This is Bud Light. I need to get something out of this.
Should have went to Meyer or something and tried to change it in. All right, Ricky, you want me ready to do Metal News? You want to hit that button over there?
Sure.
Okay. Oh, Metal News time! All right, Ricky, let's go to Texas. We don't do many metal news stories in Texas.
Nope.
And this one's kind of a throwback to the OG metal news story all those years ago. In Meadow Lakes, officials are once again reminding residents to avoid animals that are behaving strangely after a rabid skunk bit a woman several times on Sunday. A rabies test on the skunk came back positive after the euthanized animal was examined by the Texas Department of Health Services. The woman was taking her dog for a walk when the skunk attacked outside her fenced backyard. The skunk bit her at least 5 times on the ankle and leg. Following the attack, the woman received medical treatment at a local hospital. According to an update in the Meadow Lakes weekly newspaper, this is the first reported rabid animal attack in Meadow Lakes this year. However, in December, another woman was attacked by a rabid fox. Signs of rabies in animals include nocturnal animals being active in the daytime, aggressiveness, seizures, stumbling, and vocalizing. Ricky, are you rabid right now?
I think it's probably more likely that you are, I guess. Rabid skunk, eh?
Yeah. Remember the original, the OG metal news story was about
back in the day
it was about a rabid bat. And now we've gone full circle and been skunks and fox. Can you imagine getting attacked by a fox?
Well, I imagine that a lot.
Halfway through the attack, it's like, you big dummy, I'm going to have the big one. Elizabeth, this is the big one. You're trying to kick it off your leg.
I think the skunk will be worse just because of the smell, probably.
Yeah, not watching that story mentioned about how now brown cow, how now she has the rabid rabies treatment bites, all the shots and stuff, but she probably smells like shit.
Yeah, not only did she have to get all those shots, she had to get in a bathtub of tomato juice too, probably.
You would think that they have more common advanced techniques.
Luckily, I've never been sprayed by a skunk.
No.
Or had a dog that was or anything else, so I don't have any personal experience with it.
Well, this show stinks, so maybe we should dip this entire episode in tomato juice.
Perhaps.
Ricky, what do you got for us, buddy?
All right, this is out of Fort Lee, New Jersey. An ice cream truck fell 20 feet down an embankment off of Henry Hudson Drive.
What happened to all the push-ups? All them push-up pops fell.
The push-ups.
Push-ups. Think about the push-ups. Oh, no, the humanity.
An ice cream truck fell 20 feet down an embankment off of Henry Hudson Drive on Thursday afternoon in Fort Lee, New Jersey. The driver lost control of the truck, which belongs to Lexi Licious Ice Cream, shortly after 4 p.m. while heading north on Cliffside Road. Lexi Licious. Didn't you used to watch movies by somebody named Lexi Licious, Dan, when you were younger?
Ricky, first of all, I would not partake in any of those types of films. They are demeaning to women and have zero intellectual or social redeeming qualities.
Come the fuck on, Dan. It's just you and I. Be honest with me.
Ricky.
Lexi Licious. I vaguely remember something like that.
Ricky, once again, I would like to make the statement that those movies are devoid of any type of redeeming qualities, and I don't know of which you speak.
I guess I can't.
Ricky, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Dan is currently invoking his civil rights on the podcast.
Ricky, am I going to be detained or may I leave at this point, please?
I guess I have no probable cause to detain you, so you're free to go.
Thank you, sir. You will be hearing from my lawyer, Matlock, at a later time.
All right. What's coming up in the second segment of the show, Dan?
Well, we're going to be talking about Trader Joe's, like everyone else. We're going to, of course, check in with our ongoing Cicada Watch news, and I've got some bad news for you about your beloved nerd rope.
Oh, uh-oh. Not looking forward to that. No Good News Network, the news no one cares about.
No Good News Network.
Dan, I'm happy I can announce we have a brand new sponsor here on the Noka News Network.
Well, don't keep me waiting.
Well,
I'm not very patient.
By far the most delicious sponsor that we have, it's Grandma Bev's good-ass popcorn.
Oh, good, because you know what I hate? I hate sucky flavored popcorn.
Well, you're in luck because this popcorn is homemade and delicious, made fresh, and they've got a bunch of great flavors to choose from. I've had it. It's really awesome.
Okay, what type of flavors do they have?
Well, they've got your classics like cheddar and caramel. They've got kettle corn and movie theater butter, all that stuff that you're used to.
Okay.
But there are some other adventurous flavors like cinnamon roll.
Ooh.
Or if you're into the more savory, spicy stuff, they've got white cheddar ghost pepper.
Ooh. Okay, that lit me up just thinking about that flavor. Where do I find Grandma Bev's good-ass popcorn?
Just visit grandmabevs.shop. That's grandmabevs.shop.
Grandma Bev's, come on and get you some. So, Ricky, you've noticed I'm wearing my Noco News shirt.
Yes, I did.
Now, do you know that you can get one of these Noco News shirts like I have?
Well, of course I do because I set up the store, but proceed.
True. Now, for all of you out there listening, if you want to get one of these Noco News shirts, you go to noconews.store. I can't guarantee it'll make you as funny or handsome as I am, but you will at least have the shirt, and that's a step in the right direction.
I can guarantee it will make people as funny and handsome as you are because that's a pretty low bar.
Is that why you told me to get the face mask there too?
Yeah. Do me a favor. Go to the store and pick up a face mask. I believe I said that not long ago.
You rat bastard. So you can go to the noconews.store, get yourself a hoodie, the face mask that Ricky's a fan of, one of the mugs, tote bag. You can put the bag over your head too. I guess that's what you're going to want next, isn't it?
Yeah, it might be. Welcome back. It's the Noka News Network. I'm Ricky French here with Dan Golly.
Yo, Ricky. What's up, buddy?
Segment 2 of the 12th episode. 12th episode is sort of like the Tuesday of episodes.
Yeah, it's
Kind of inconsequential.
It doesn't suck as bad as Monday, but it's not nearly as cool as Thursday or Friday.
Yes, right.
It's kind of like when you get a sandwich from a deli and you either get like potato salad or coleslaw and you go, I don't care, I'm not even going to eat it.
Yeah, it's whatever's in that tiny plastic cup doesn't interest me anyway.
No, it doesn't matter to me.
It's not made out of corned beef or anything. I don't need it.
That's true. So I don't care about that. But what we do care about is we care a lot about this show in the Big 12th episode.
And Faith No More.
Yeah, of course.
Apparently.
Yeah. So let's continue talking about things that no one has talked about in 17 years and talk about cicadas.
This thing has been a little longer, but sure. Yeah,
Faith No More, cicadas, they're basically the same thing.
real noisy, I guess.
Yeah, they
I
both
can make a comparison.
Exactly. If you step on them, it crunches and crackles. So,
kind of dark. Anyway, go ahead.
you think that's dark? Wait till you hear this story.
Okay.
This comes out of the South Bend Tribune in Indiana.
Sure.
And it sounds like a twisted mix of Invasion of the Body Snatchers and a Grateful Dead show, but John Lowell promises that it's all too real. This month, as billions of brood X cicadas emerge from the dirt in Indiana and more than a dozen other states for the first time in 17 years, some of the bugs will suffer a horrific, science fiction-like fate. There's no delicate way to tell you this, Ricky, but a fungus laced with the same chemical as psychedelic mushrooms will invade their bodies and eat away their insides until their abdomens crack, fall off, and get replaced with a ball of white spores.
Jesus Christ, that's horrifying.
Oh, you thought they were just going to show up and be noisy as hell. No, man. Because they're either bombed on psilocybin or under the control of fungus in some other way, these cicadas won't even notice. With missing butts and full hearts, they're forge ahead with their only reason for existing, finding a mate and reproducing.
Wow,
So-
you weren't kidding about that being dark. Now I have a whole different outlook on us even doing this thing. I feel kind of bad.
So their asses are going to fall off, but their legs are still going to work as they try to just hump up and make some more cicadas for the next 17-year cycle, I guess.
Well, on that absolutely horrifying note, I guess we'll continue with our ongoing coverage of Cicada Watch 2021.
Yeah, sure.
Cicada Watch 2021 have a much different outlook about it now, thanks to Dan.
Half of the cicadas be making that noise with no butt because they're all being whacked out on fungus molds or mushrooms, psychedelic mushrooms.
There's no audible way for you to hear my head shaking, but it's happening right now.
It is indeed.
All right, well, we're going to go ahead and join our remote correspondent, Michael Billups, who is in the field keeping an eye on the Brood X cicada emergence. Check in with him and see what's going on with the cicadas.
Michael, have you seen any cicadas with butts or without butts at this point?
I have not.
All right. Well, thanks, Michael. We appreciate that bold hitting statement, and that's why you bring him on here. That's not the best guy in the business for no reason, Ricky.
Comprehensive cicada emergence coverage, and hopefully we'll talk to him again next week and get the new word on it. We invested a lot of resources into our Cicada Watch coverage, and now I just have a much different feeling about doing any of that.
Ricky, I've got some more bad news for you.
Oh, so exactly what I need, I guess. Go ahead.
A Corvana cannabis delivery company has been banned from selling marijuana-laced medical nerd rope.
So they banned the medicated nerd rope.
Yes, I know how much of a fan you were of the nerd rope, the pot-infused nerd rope that we talked about a few weeks ago.
That's unfortunate.
The Ferrera Candy Company filed a trademark infringement lawsuit against Tops Cannabis in federal court last year, alleging the dispensary was violating copyright and piggybacking on the goodwill of the genuine Nerds Rope brand.
Yeah. The Nerds Rope brand is very well respected in the community, and they're sullying their image.
I know. It's like, how dare you associate your bad, dirty drug use with our fine, upstanding nerd rope.
Granules of sugar. Any word on if the pot-laced runts are going to still be available? Or
there's no word on that. I think that you're still good on the weed now and laters and possibly those little bottle cap things. Remember those?
Sure, yeah.
Full of dope.
Good news for everyone is they never made the pot-laced Necco wafers because nobody would want them even though they had drugs in them.
No, yeah,
they're that bad.
They are so bad. Although I think Chico Sticks already had weed in them or some kind of drugs because those things were delicious.
All right, let's talk for a second here about Trader Joe's.
I guarantee they don't have any nerd rope at that place.
Oh, no.
They might have some weed-infused things, but hemp.
Since nerd ropes aren't made out of quinoa, they probably don't have it.
Quinoa nerd rope?
Yeah,
Yuck.
Right. Trader Joe's will no longer require customers to wear face masks inside of its stores. The grocery store chain said on its COVID-19 webpage that it encourages customers to follow the guidance of health officials, including, as appropriate, CDC guidelines, and advised customers who are fully vaccinated are not required to wear masks while shopping.
Okay, what if you're not fully vaccinated? Do you have to wear your mask then still if you've not been fully vaxxed?
Well, I don't know. A spokesperson for the company told The Hill that masks are still required for staff, so the people that work there will still be wearing it. No word on whether their apparent requirement of shopping there, meaning that you have to never shut the fuck up about shopping at Trader Joe's. I guess that's a policy they have. It's apparently what tends to happen.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think it has something to do with once you eat those ancient grains.
It just does something to your brain chemistry that makes you run your goddamn mouth about buying shit from Trader Joe's like there's no fucking tomorrow.
The most pretentious of all shoppers are Trader Joe's.
Yeah, even worse than Whole Foods.
Yeah.
Even worse.
Absolutely. I'm sure there's Trader Joe's in every state in the union, but I would like to go to a Trader Joe's in Florida as we visit the Florida Man. Woo-hoo! Damn, that hits hard, man. I'm telling you. Oof.
Yeah. Well, the bros in their country, man.
That's right. Big old jacked up trucks. A gun-shaped knife led police to shoot a shoplifting suspect Friday night at the Falls in Kendall, Florida, according to the Miami-Dade Police Department. Just before 8:30 p.m., police were called to a possible shoplifting incident near the Macy's store, according to Detective Alvaro Zabarata.
I didn't know Macy's sold overalls.
Or shirts with Confederate flags on them. As the subject was walking out of the store, they attempted to detain the individual. That's when he produced what appeared to be a firearm. The shooting was at the exit door of the Macy's on this Northwestern. Who gives a shit? Yeah, you can clearly see that this thing, the object looked identical to a firearm, but it was later determined that it was in fact not a firearm. It was a knife, says the detective.
Okay, that was brilliant.
Yeah, well, why do you bring a knife to a gunfight or a shoplifting, for that matter?
A shoplifting fight.
Of course. The Miami-Dade fire rescue personnel responded and took the wounded man to Jackson South Medical Center. He said that his condition was critical but stable. They shot him in the leg, Ricky.
No, I didn't know that cops could shoot people in the leg. I thought they always had to shoot them in the chest or the fucking face, apparently.
Yeah, I'm sure that cop will be rid up on charges eventually.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, we try to be apolitical, but yeah, sometimes you just got to say fuck the police.
Well, someone made a lot more money saying that than we ever will, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I got a story in reference to delicious smoked meats, Dan.
Big old succulent meats, Ricky?
Juicy and succulent meats. The company TripAdvisor has denied that it played any role in a contentious list that ranked the best and worst cities for barbecue across the U.S.
Oh, barbecue, yes. Okay,
Exactly,
go ahead.
Yeah, very important, TripAdvisor wrote in a tweet on Thursday. We did not make those wild barbecue maps, they said. In a subsequent tweet, TripAdvisor wrote, the analysis has us concerned.
Shut the fuck up, TripAdvisor.
How does Texas go missing? Well, I'll tell you. I will tell you how Texas is missing from the map of delicious barbecue. That's because Texas barbecue sucks. And I don't care. I will die on that barbecue hill.
Yeah, I have never been I've never had barbecue in Texas, but from what I'm aware of, it's dry rubbed, non-sauced, dry as hell, non-juicy flavored shit.
Well, and it's all beef is my biggest problem with it. Barbecue ought to be pork. In a perfect world, barbecue is pork.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind some beef barbecue items.
I don't mind it
but
either.
Yeah, I want pulled pork. I want pork ribs.
Yeah, right.
I want pork sausages. I just want tons and tons of succulent pork in my mouth hole.
I know that about you, but the point of the matter...
And possibly some chicken.
Yeah, sure.
Smoked wings, stuff like that.
Chicken is fine, but let's not kid ourselves. We know that the top of the barbecue mountain all comes from the hog.
That's true, yes. So now that TripAdvisor has ran with their head tucked between their legs from some kind of barbecue conspiracy, Ricky.
Yeah.
Are there some... What are the top states for barbecue?
Well,
according to wherever the hell this is from.
Well, some cities that are well known for barbecue, like Kansas City and Houston, are not on the list, and San Antonio. And like I said, I already know why those two aren't. But
Kansas City's got some good barbecue.
No. I'm talking about Houston and San
Oh,
Antonio.
yeah, because they're in Texas still, right?
Right. The list ranked New Orleans as number one for barbecue.
I wouldn't have thought that, but okay. New Orleans is a food town.
Cajun food
Sure.
is usually what you associate with. Seafood,
Barbecue all
I'm not saying there isn't good barbecue in New
No,
Orleans,
like I said, it's a food town, so I'm sure they've got some good barbecue.
Right. Let's see here. Oklahoma City was ranked second best, which seems a little odd.
Beef.
No, sure.
They've got a lot of meat out there.
See, Charlotte, North Carolina, which that one I agree with.
Woo!
Finally, we get to somewhere that makes sense. Wichita, Kansas, and Virginia Beach, of all places, were tied for third.
Virginia Beach. The only thing known from there is probably like really douchey people. I don't know. I've never been to Virginia Beach, but I would never assume that that's where you're going to get barbecue from.
No, but I guess the proximity to North Carolina is there, I suppose.
I don't know, man. That sounds stupid to me, though.
So
at least they didn't say it was somewhere like Concord, New Hampshire.
Right. Actually, in the top 10 was Columbus, Ohio.
Which is the closest metropolis to us.
That is true. And I will tell you, I don't know this because I didn't dig really deep into that story, but I would be willing to bet that the sole reason that Columbus, Ohio ended up on that list is because of one Ray Ray's hog pit.
Yes, as a matter of fact, this week it came out in one of the local 614 magazine or something like that.
Sure.
That the number one voted barbecue spot was in fact Ray Ray's hog pit.
That was in Ohio. I think wasn't it all Ohio?
I don't know. I know City Barbecue was on there, but fairly low and stuff. But Ray Ray's.
No, I think it was just Columbus.
I think so
now that
too.
I think about it, but.
I had Ray Ray's this week, actually. We had some. We actually didn't have barbecue there, though. We just had sides. Their shit is so good. We just got sides from Ray Ray's.
I have, in the past year, I haven't actually gone into Columbus very often because I haven't had to go to work. So it's been over a year that I've had Ray Ray's.
Ray Ray's is so good. We're going to have to go. You're going to have to come down. We're going to have to go to Ray Ray's and hit it up.
Sure.
Their stuff's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know why we finished this show. Let's just get Ray Ray's.
I'm down with that. Maybe just wrap up the third segment.
All right. Well, let's get through it quickly then. Canine cow bite. I don't know what the hell that is. We're going to talk about Prince Harry for a second and do the paranormal news.
Noka News Network, the news no one cares about.
Noka News Network.
Dan, you two-timing SOB, you've got another podcast, don't you?
Yeah. Yes, I do. But you know what? I've always loved you.
Uh-huh. Go ahead. Tell me about your other podcast.
All right. The other podcast is called...
Who is it?
It's called Give Me Back My Action Movies, and I do it with Charlie.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. So...
You dirty dog.
Well, I'm a podcast slut. Anyway, so the podcast over there we do... we talk about VHS era action movies, 80s, 90s, blockbuster type stuff. You know, going to the video store when you were a kid, right?
Yep. Gotcha.
Yeah. We can say blockbuster because there ain't any left. They're going to sue us. So go over and check it out. It is Give Me Back My Action Movies, the podcast. We're on all the major platforms, and the Facebook group is really where the conversation's going. So join the group, listen to the podcast, get in the conversations with us, and have a good time.
We've got merchandise.
Yeah. I'm wearing one of the shirts now.
I see that, and it's a handsomely printed shirt.
Yeah, that's the only thing you can really say it. I mean, because if you look at me and say I'm handsome, not that I'm not going to appreciate it, and I'll probably hit this light switch out here and make it like mood lighting in here, but nonetheless, yes, the shirt's nice.
It's a nice shirt. It's got our Noka News Network logo on it. It's very comfortable.
It is. It's very soft. It's made well.
There's also hoodies, tote bags, the coffee mugs that we use every week when we record the podcast. Total our water or whatever various beverages we choose to have.
Yes, it can hold hot or cold beverages.
It's
multifunctional.
Yeah, it's a marvel of modern technology.
You really get bang for your buck with these mugs.
Get all that stuff, including the T-shirts, the mugs, face masks, tote bags over at nokanews.store. Welcome back. Noka News Network, the news no one cares about. I'm Ricky French here with Dan Colley, third and final segment of this week's episode.
Well, Ricky, I'm telling you what, buddy. I am really looking forward to Ray Ray's now.
Of course, me too.
You talked about Ray Ray's. Now I can think about it as big hunks of meat in my mouth.
Well, that's a common occurrence for you, I think. All right, let's get to the bottom of this nonsensical story out of South Carolina.
Oh, okay.
A sheriff's deputy
I'm with you so far.
had to deploy a taser on his own canine officer
Okay.
after the dog bit a cow
Sure.
while on a burglary call, but the agitated cow ended up kicking the deputy.
Okay, so let me see.
That's a lot to unpack there.
Let me see if I'm
Take
with
a
you
minute.
so far.
Take
Okay.
a minute.
So a cop showed up, a canine cop showed up.
All right, there's a burglary call.
Okay.
A human police, sheriff's deputy
Sure. Okay, I'm with you so far.
who happens to be the handler of a canine police dog
Okay. Yeah.
arrive on the scene.
All right.
That's where we start.
Okay, and they're looking for a fox with socks in a box.
Not
Because
that
this sounds very susical so far.
sorta.
Okay.
Not that I'm aware of, but I guess what ended up happening was there was a cow, dog bit the cow, there's a taser, so on and so forth. Let's get into it a little more here. Deputies responded to a report of a burglary in progress on Driver's Lane, which is probably the least creative name for a road I've ever heard, in the Pleasant Hill community around 4 p.m. on Wednesday. The first deputy on the scene secured the location with the dog, the police dog, and waited on additional officers to assist with entering the residence.
Okay, I'm with you so far.
A cow nearby distracted the dog, and he subsequently bit the cow, according to the Georgetown County Sheriff's Office.
Okay, so now we have a police assault on a cow
Yes.
because the dog is considered an officer.
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
It
so now
was
we have
excessive dog on cow force.
Okay, so did the police dog, was he just jealous or envious that he hasn't had any cases against him for brutality at this point yet, or did
Now
he,
the dogs are getting into it too.
really seriously did it? Well, okay, all right. So the dog bit the cow.
Sure. In an attempt to protect the cow from injuries, so the human police officer was trying to help the cow. He tased the dog, which
His own partner.
sure.
Okay.
Which is a rare occurrence of police standing up to wrongdoing. We're really railing on the fucking cops tonight.
Well, this might
I
be the
don't
most
give a shit.
politically charged episode we've done so far.
I don't give it.
Okay, so a cop showed up with his partner dog. The dog bit a dog. The cop shot.
The dog did not bite a
The
dog.
dog bit the cow.
Yeah.
That just happened to be hanging out around there.
Sure. Yeah.
The human cop, shot the dog cop with its taser.
Sure.
Zapped that dog so the dog will let go of the cow.
Right.
Okay.
But then, reacting to the dog, the cow kicked the human sheriff's deputy.
So then what did the deputy do back to the cow?
Well, fortunately, the deputy did not retaliate against the cow.
Okay.
He just got kicked.
All right. So
So-
everyone got hurt in the process, though.
Yeah, right. But here's the real.
In the big giant circle jerk that you just explained to me, they all got hurt.
Yes.
Okay.
The real punchline on this whole scenario is the original burglary call was unfounded. So there's absolutely no reason for any of this fucking circus to have taken place.
So 2 injured officers and an injured cow for nothing.
Yeah, right. 2 injured officers, one's human, one's a dog, a cow that was minding its own business. It all happened for no good reason.
And this was South Carolina.
Yes.
Trying to take the title of East Florida away
Right.
from
So-
Australia. You notice we haven't had any Australia stories this week?
Well, I've been trying to give them a break.
Well, I have to give the cops a break after tonight's thing here. So
Probably not going to happen. We'll think about it. Go ahead. Go.
we'll see what happens.
What you got next, Dan?
All right, Ricky. Well, let's talk about the 3 major reasons why the upcoming super blood moon eclipse on the 26th of May will be a very big deal.
Well, that sounds like a big deal.
Yeah, they're making it out to be. All right, so some people are calling this the quote-unquote super flower blood moon 2021, which seems ridiculous
Dude,
to
just
me.
like a Japanese person try to translate that into English? That sounds like a...
It's like they're trying to translate a Pokemon name into English or something.
Right.
The total lunar eclipse during which observers will see a red moon can only occur at a full moon. The full moon in May 2021 is called the flower moon, simply for the time of the year it occurs.
Sure.
That's why it's going to be called the flower moon.
Yeah, it's late May. Flowers are in bloom. And,
Sure, that sounds right to me.
Well, I follow.
I don't know shit about flowers. Okay, so here are the 3 things you need to know about the total lunar eclipse. 1, it's a supermoon. Supermoon, and is the biggest and brightest full moon of 2021 because of its proximity to the Earth.
Okay.
The second thing, as I flip this page, that you need to know is it is a blood moon. The full moon will turn a reddish color. You can find out if you can see it from where you are using the eclipse map. So if you look up online, you can see an eclipse map. I guess it's not red everywhere. on the planet
Yeah,
to see it.
we're actually, if you go farther west, we're actually not in a great place to see it, unfortunately.
Well, I wasn't going to look at it anyway, probably. And the third thing is you've got a 50% chance of seeing it from where you are in North America.
Right.
Like Ricky said, it is not the best location for us. Now, there's an important fourth thing that you need to know about.
What's that?
That this will be
The sign of the apocalypse as the unholy devil lord comes upon us.
I didn't see that anywhere. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I didn't see it.
yeah, no, I think that has something to do with it.
The Dark Lord Cthulhu and his minions are come upon the earth and will make everyone die.
Well, hopefully not. We'll see.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
Well, I think, Ricky, you're going to be very surprised when
The dark, desolate one enters your soul and captures your mind.
Well, after the whole COVID thing, it really wouldn't surprise me that much, honestly.
That's a good point, actually. Anyway, yeah, there's going to be a big lunar eclipse thing. It might be red, it may not. I don't know.
Bottom line is, we don't really know what we're talking about.
No.
Yeah, but that's not news to you if you've heard any other episode of the show.
Well, maybe if the Dark Lord Cthulhu and his minions do approach, then Alligator Jesus can stand before them and defend us all as we pray in his holy name.
All right, Dan, moving on here.
Yep.
Apparently, Prince Harry appeared on Dax Shepard's podcast. Good for him, I guess. I don't know.
He never promotes our podcast. Why are you promoting his for?
So they discussed various things, but at one point he's quoted, I guess I haven't heard the show, but according to the story, he was quoted, "I've got so much I want to say about the First Amendment as I sort of understand it, but it's bonkers," quote unquote. "I don't want to start going down the First Amendment route because that's a huge subject and one which I don't understand because I've only been here a short time. But you can find a loophole in anything." And I've got a quote that I'd like to make on our podcast.
Okay, is it about the First Amendment?
Yeah, it involves the First Amendment.
Okay, well, go ahead then.
I'd just like to say, quote, Prince Harry can go fuck himself.
Well,
That's pretty much all there is to say about that.
well, based on the First Amendment as I know it, and I've been here for 44 years, I believe you are allowed to say that.
We already settled this fucking disagreement 200 some odd years ago.
Well, Ricky, that is a bold statement by the former or current royal. I don't know.
Who gives a shit? That's what I said.
Well, obviously not you after all this.
Yeah.
This rant of so. All right. What? Just do the paranormal news thing.
All right, Dan. This comes out of the state of New York.
You know, one of these days I'm going to get that segue right. I'm going to really dial it in tight one of these days.
Well, I'll believe it when I see it. Much like the happenings in this story.
No, there you go. Okay, what do you got for me then?
My segues are a little bit more advanced.
That's true. Yeah, you leveled up segues.
Just saying.
You're better at segues. I'm better at calling people like cock nuggets and stuff.
Sure.
We all have our talents.
It's true. A series of strange events unfolding in the home of a family in New York State has them wondering if their residence is haunted.
Okay.
Sharing her story on Facebook, Nikki Hodling explained that the eerie activity began on Monday when she noticed that some balloons that had been tightly tied around a doorknob had inexplicably become untethered like they were the fucking Titanic or something and were floating around the house seemingly with some agency of their own.
Yeah, probably your fucking HVAC vents lady blowing them around.
Probably.
But okay, all right, go ahead. What else you got?
Initially thinking that perhaps their kids were playing a prank on them, she started to have second thoughts when things got weirder on Wednesday.
Oh, Weirdo Wednesdays.
Dan likes to get weird on Wednesdays, from what I understand.
That's true.
According to Hodling, when their dishwasher finished its cycle that night, she left its door open so the dishes could dry and proceeded to sit with her husband in the adjoining living room for about 45 minutes.
I'm sure watched a stunning episode of The Masked Singer or something.
Yeah, we're really trying to figure out who that is singing.
Who is that under that banana?
Enthralled. Certain that no one had entered the kitchen during that time, when she returned to the room, she was stunned to see that several cups as well as a bowl were sitting on the floor, arranged into some kind of mysterious formation.
Was it shaped like Mickey's head? Because maybe it was Disney coming in to tell them they had to give him more money.
Maybe.
Disney owns everything.
You know, those mysterious cup formations that typically happen.
You don't typically see that out of Tupperware.
Not in the, maybe in the UK a little more, but
That makes sense.
sure.
Yeah.
She says, quote, "It's physically impossible for one of the kids to have stacked the cups." I don't know. There's no way that she substantiated that claim. Maybe they don't have hands. I don't know. I don't know her kids. But she says because of where we were sitting the entire time, they would have had to walk right past us.
Like I said, they were enthralled in an episode of The Masked Singer trying to find
They were
out.
watching season, whatever it is, 39 of Survivor. And there was some sort of
I
challenge
can't
or
believe that
something.
guy has to eat a worm. Oh my God, honey, can you believe that?
Ooh, that's disgusting.
Yuck. All they have is rice.
Hodling and her family did not have to wait very long for the next odd event.
Oh, good. Okay. I was suspended there, and,
Yes.
and I was on pins and needles.
Right. When they woke up on Friday morning, they discovered that all their kitchen cabinets, which were secured with child locks,
Okay.
had been opened in the middle of the night. Ooh. Now they were convinced that some kind of ghostly presence is behind the activity. And the bewildered mom says that she feels so far she feels safe because it seems non-threatening.
All right. Well, then don't worry about it then.
Great news. They've enlisted the help of a, quote, reputable psychic medium.
Well, there you go. Your problems are over now.
Good for them.
All right.
Because God forbid their cups keep getting arranged in mysterious formations.
Let's talk about cups again, but let's talk about cups north of the border in Canada.
Sure.
You know I have an affinity for the Canadians. And in Winnipeg, a man has been charged with assault after police say he randomly punched another man in the face when the second man refused to buy the first man a coffee.
Well, that doesn't seem like a really good reason to punch somebody.
Well, if it was Tim Hortons, that's good coffee, Ricky.
Well, I suppose.
Okay. Police say that officers saw the alleged assault.
Well, of course they were, because they were already at Tim's.
Of course.
They're Canadian police.
If you see...
They were probably riding a moose and through the drive-thru.
Yeah, pitter patter. If you see the assault, is it still alleged? I mean, you saw it.
They're still not convicted of it. So,
anyway, they said the alleged assault happened while patrolling in the West Broadway neighborhood Monday morning. They say they saw a man in his 30s was waiting in his vehicle in a drive-through line when another man randomly approached and asked the driver to buy him a cup of coffee. When the driver refused, "Hey, take off there, you hoser," police said the man reached through the open driver's side window and punched the dude in the face.
well, if he actually called him a hoser, those are fighting words
Yeah, it is.
in Canada.
The suspect was immediately arrested. The 39-year-old man from Winnipeg has been charged with assault, causing bodily harm, and it remains in police custody, not able to listen to Bryan Adams, which in itself is a huge crime.
Canadian tragedy.
That's true. If he was on the hockey rink and did that, he would have just got 5 minutes.
Right, sure.
But because they were in a drive-through at what I can only assume was a Timmy Hortons,
Sure, right.
that's jail time there.
All right, so let's move back here into the U.S. to wrap things up
All right.
tonight, Dan. Although it's in the U.S., but it is dangerously close to Canada still.
What is dangerously close to
Well,
Canada?
it's Minneapolis. It's might as well be Canada. Target, the retail chain, they have decided that they will no longer sell Pokemon and sports trading cards in any of their physical locations.
I heard that. I heard that was coming, yeah.
So the change took effect on Friday of this week, following a parking lot brawl last week at a Target location in Wisconsin. The Minneapolis-based company says that the temporary suspension is out of an abundance of caution, as there have been fights over cards across the country. What the fuck is this, 1992? People give a shit about sports trading cards again all of a sudden?
Well, they're hoping they get that next Bo Jackson rookie card, I guess. I don't.
Whatever.
The Pokemon cards. I know that's been a big thing for a while because people are trying to find the next, I don't know, ultra foil, hyper foil, Charmander.
Sure, whatever.
And think that that's going to be worth a boatload of money. But, folks, I'm not a Pokemon expert. I've got friends that collect the cards, actually. But from what I'm hearing, there's no real big money cards coming out in the last few sets. So you're just being a bunch of jackasses.
See, the Pokemon thing I kind of get because that's had...
You do have to catch them all. They told us that for years.
That's part of the whole thing. It's implicitly part of the whole phenomenon.
Yes.
But Pokemon, since it started happening, which was a little bit... I was a little bit older.
23, 4 years ago, something like that.
I was a little bit too old to have anything to do with that. But, since Pokemon began, it sort of had a steady climb of popularity, and it continued with the mobile game and all that stuff.
Sure.
Whatever, the cartoon, whatever else, it's had its popularity. And that
Right.
I understand. It's sort of built over the years. But the thing with the sports cards, the ones that I had in the mid-'90s when I was a kid, it was sort of like somebody flipped a switch and they all of a sudden became worthless.
Well, I think I might have just figured it out.
What's that?
With the impending gas shortage, people were afraid they weren't going to be able to drive their vehicles and motorcycles and such to work anymore.
Okay.
So therefore, they're going to have to ride bicycles. And everyone knows riding a bicycle is lame unless you have a playing card in your back spokes making it going brum. So it's like a motorcycle the entire time. And maybe that's what the whole thing is, Ricky.
Maybe people are just really are tired of not having that gross hard gum that they used to get.
They don't even put them in the cards anymore, I don't think.
Yeah, well, probably not.
No,
It's probably some sort of FDA violation to rub in 1989 rubbing that piece of food all over some kind of toxic ink for.
Well, I wouldn't really say that gum was food, but
Yeah.
that was probably that was probably more toxic than the ink was.
I guess no.
I think what it boils down to is just the very glaring, obsessive, I have to have everything asshole mentality that we are now living
right
in the middle of.
Sure, and the circumstances going on in the world and our country in particular are not making things better. There's people filling up grocery bags with gasoline.
I'm fine with that because that's survival of the fittest. Once their car blows up, we don't have to deal with them anymore. Well, Ricky, I think everyone just needs to calm down a little bit and instead of just being on top of each other all the time, just calm down. Yeah. Yeah.
This feels good.
Yeah, this is what we needed, Ricky.
Yeah, we got into some charged issues tonight, but it's cathartic to spend time with our friends and now we can all wind down together.
That's right, and we'd like to thank everyone for being on this wonderful journey of 12 magical episodes that we have put forth and given to you as a gift from us.
We hope you enjoy the things that we've made together and the time we've had to share.
That's true, and if you did enjoy all this time, you can leave us a voicemail on our hotline at 614-398-0770.
You can always visit us on Facebook at facebook.com/Noka News Network.
You can leave us a email at newsroom@nokanews.com. And you can like, comment, and share wherever you find your joy that is this podcast.
Thanks for joining us. Have a great week.
Goodbye, everyone. I miss you so much already. Whew. Wow, Ricky, I really like that. Oh, damn it, we forgot to plug the store.
Oh, let's just do it now. If you like the show and would like to own your very own Noka News Network t-shirt or hoodie with the Noka News Network logo on it, you can find it there at nokanews.store.
Yeah, we also have the very special Gator holiday shirts.
Sure.
If anyone's interested in those. And Ricky, someone told me, a little birdie told me that if you get if you purchase from the store, you may receive a very special gift in the mail.
That's very true.
So everyone, again, thank you for listening. Please like, share, comment wherever you get this podcast, wherever you watch it. It's on YouTube too. So when I say watch it, I actually didn't fuck that up.
Sure.
So everyone, thanks for listening again. We're going to stop now because, man.
No Good News Network, the news no one cares about.
Local News Network.